Hi, it's John from Crafts by John UK. Today's show and tell is this cute and very modern Christmas card. You can see our main central image is this lovely bird, which is a stamp by Sharron Bates that's available from That's Crafty. And the bird is funky. He's wearing headphones. He's got a tie on. He's got a little pocket on his chest. And basically he's set against a very modern background. So the way I've made this, I stamped the bird on a separate piece of watercolour cardstock. I then coloured that in using my Arteza brush watercolour pens. And you can see I followed the lines that Sharron has included in the stamp for areas of detail. And this has got a lovely lot of detail in it. You can see on his chest, he's got wording, he's got dots, he's got numbers. There's obviously dark bits where there's kind of distress, etc. So it's very, very simple on following how to colour this stamp, and I've actually got a video about colouring it on my YouTube channel if you check out. So basically I've stamped this onto another piece of card. I've then cut that out, and you can see around the edges here I have cut that out. What I've then done is I've stamped it on the basic piece of cardstock below, because I'm using the stamp below image for the legs. I've cut the body and the headphones out so they sit slightly above. You can't probably see that from there, but basically the legs are the original stamping below. Once I've coloured this, I've then stuck it back on, and that's obviously how we finish the card. But between doing that, when I just stamped the background image, I've then also made this background. So this is splattered with different inks, etc. I did this using, I think it was either Brushos or the other product that's very similar to that from Lavinia, Dinkles. I think it was one of those two. What I've done is I've sprinkled the powder onto the paper. I've then activated it using a simple basic distress sprayer. That gives you this lovely burst of colour, and you get these interesting areas where the water obviously it touches and affects and activates the pigment more, so you get these blobs, etc. What I've then done to just tie it together, because I knew I wanted to use this Merry Christmas, this is an All and Create stamp, I believe. No, it's not actually, I'm telling a lie, it's Visible Image. I wanted to use this particularly because I really like the chunky nature of it, and I did it in the same blue. What I've then done is I've just coloured this bottom in. So the bottom had all the same spots, etc., but I've just gone over it with a matching blue just to pull the colour up the page slightly, so I've got contrast when I then stuck the Merry Christmas down. I've simply backed that in a red border, so you can see we've got a red layer underneath. Pulling out the colour from the headphones. The only red on here really is the headphones, but I just thought it's an accent colour. I don't want to do blue because I've got quite a lot of blue already. I just wanted that sharp contrast between the red and the blue, and then mounted that onto a white DL card. And you can see I've got here wishing you a happy Christmas and joyous New Year. There's a video on my YouTube channel about how I print and cut down these inserts. If you're interested in that, go have a look. But basically, I think you'll agree this is quite a modern card, quite modern in design, using hot colours, modern techniques, funky text, and a bright, colourful and really excellent, cheerful image that Sharron Bates has created. Available on That's Crafty, as I've said, but that's a very different card. So more modern in style. Depending on your style, you might love it or hate it, but I make a mixture of cards usually, sort of some in the more traditional style and some in a more modern, and this is definitely one of those more modern. I really love this card. I think it pops, the colours are vibrant, the imagery is great, and I just think it really works. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. That's today's show and tell. Lots of other videos on my channel, and if you're struggling, if you're a maker and you want Christmas card ideas, there is actually a walkthrough video of around 80 different designs of Christmas cards I've made this year on my YouTube channel, so I'll link that somewhere in the video. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you another time.